Right, hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you're doing really well. Sorry it's been so long since the last video, but it is what it is. Hopefully I've got another one coming soon involving batarangs, throwing them, playing with them, letting you know where I got them, how much they were and everything else. Right, today I'll be ranking Harry Potter films from best to worst, my reasons why. So why the best one is the best, why the worst, well, why the least best one is at the bottom of the list. Hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff if you do like it, and cheers. Right, so first one I've got is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. It's my all-time favourite. I watch it more than anything else. I've read that book a lot more, but we're not talking about the books. Just to clarify, when we're talking anything about the books, not how it ties in, not how it's different, not anything like that. So, Prisoner of Azkaban, it's the first film in the franchise. It is only the third one, but still, where Harry shows how powerful he is. So his scene with like hundreds of Dementors when he was saving Sirius Black. Obviously when he time travelled after he got caught and after executed Buckbeak. Spoiler alerts by the way, but it did come out in like 2004, so you should know that by now. So yeah, he went back in time with Hermione, and then he saw all the Dementors killing Sirius, sucking out his soul, and then he ran up to the pond, and probably it's my favourite moment in the entire franchise maybe. He shouted "Expecto Patronum," but a lot longer. Obviously not going to do it properly because it's not going to work. Right, next point as to why is because the relationship with Sirius and Harry. Obviously they start off with Harry hating Sirius because he thinks, well, he eventually finds out Sirius killed his parents. Well, he's a reason Sirius he found out that Sirius was the person who told Voldemort where the Potters lived. It wasn't true, obviously, but you find out that along the film, and when he does find that out, they become a lot closer. It's sort of like a brother and brother relationship, or a father and son relationship, but at the same time. It's really cool. It had one of the best executed plot twists like ever. So, from the majority of the film, Sirius was thought to be the bad guy, and then there's little hints every now and then about Scabbers when he disappeared and when he faked his death again. Yeah, so that was really cool, and the actual reveal of it, that Pettigrew was a rat and that he was the person who betrayed the Potters. It was amazing. Right, in second place, and my second favourite, it's Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix. So I've got so Harry's journey from being completely alone to actually trusting his friends, letting them help Harry rescue Sirius, or what he thinks he's doing is rescuing Sirius. Yeah, so he lets people be there for him, he lets people in, but it takes a while for him to do it because he does feel completely alone. A lot of it is to do with the Voldemort connection and everything else. He thinks he's become more like him. Second point, Harry becomes possibly the greatest defense against dark arts teacher that Hogwarts has ever had. Maybe. Dumbledore is up there, but that's very complicated because he was supposed to be a Transfiguration teacher, not defense against dark arts, but we'll see how that goes in the third and fourth and fifth film. So yeah, he teaches them more than any defense against dark arts teacher has taught the students before. So he's taught them the Patronus charm, which that's like advanced stuff even for a 15-year-old. He's taught them stunning spells, Levicorpus stuff. So he's taught them a really wide range of magic, which no teacher has ever done, or that no teacher that we have seen has done. So that's the second reason. Oh yeah. When they were meeting in the Hog's Head, when Harry, Hermione, and Ron were recruiting people for Dumbledore's army, a few people reflected on all the stuff Harry's done. So they talked about how he defeated the Basilisk, and, well, we'll get to it later, but here, how he defeated the Basilisk, how he took down the Dementors, how he stopped Quirrell in the first year, well, how he stops Voldemort, and everything else. So that was really cool how they reflected on Harry's achievements up until that point, and how he dueled Voldemort, but we'll get to that again later. Really cool bit. At the end, in the battle, when it was Sirius and Harry against Lucius and some other Death Eater, I can't remember his name, when they were dueling together against Lucius and the other guy, Harry use his famous spell Expelliarmus on Lucius, and for some reason he had two, don't know why. So he took away one of his wands, Sirius finished him off, and art is amazing because when Harry Expelliarmus his wand out of his hand, Sirius said, "Nice one, James," and I think that's really cool because it sort of sees him as Sirius and Harry not only being sort of father and son and brother, but also as friends. So that one sentence really showed how much they bonded, how friendly they were, and it was amazing. Oh, okay, yeah, this is emotional. This was emotional, but also really powerful. It's a scene after the really awesome duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort, which was amazing. And it's when Voldemort sort of possessed Harry. He tried to take him over, you know, show him how worthless he was and everything else. Yeah. Oh, sorry, one sec. Sorry, I just had to check something. Yeah. So he was trying to make him bring him over to the dark side, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But he was trying to bring him down. And then obviously because he's had the lessons with Snape previously, the Gilliman's lessons, Occlumen's lessons, mind lessons, he's able to expel them. And then the good bit was about the memory he used to expel Voldemort from his body and mind. So all his hugs with Hermione and Ron and everything else, all the happy moments with Sirius. And yeah, so that at the end of the film was just really nice, sort of both emotional, happy, amazing. Oh, also, other than the amazing duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort, because Dumbledore showed how powerful he was, and he wasn't even using the full power of the Elder Wand, so that's just him as himself. Obviously, he had the waters and the fires and blocking all the shards of glass to protect Harry, so that is another point. But the other bit that I really love, it's the final point for the second one, is the talk between Harry and Dumbledore at the end. It's when Dumbledore tells Harry he's put him in grave danger, he was trying to protect him and everything else. That whole scene was just amazing. I loved every bit of it. It was really cool. And Dumbledore actually knows what he's gone through when we find out more about Dumbledore and everything else and about his sister Ariana, but that's not in that scene. It's just when you know Dumbledore more, that scene has more of an impact on you. Right, third one is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, one obvious reason is the final duel between Harry and Voldemort. The only thing I will say about the books, and I do promise it won't be anything about the books in this video, is whether it took place and how it all panned out. But it was a final duel between Harry and Voldemort, when Harry finally took him down, finally killed him once and for all, beat him in the duel using his Expelliarmus spell, because at the end of the day it does show that Harry's goal isn't to kill, but is to be the hero, I guess, in a really simple way of putting it. Yeah, so the duel when Harry was the master of death and everything else, it was really cool. Right, really cool bit right near the beginning of the film is the part when the Golden Trio broke into Gringotts bank vault, really low down to break into Bellatrix Lestrange's vault. Just everything, the disguises they use, the Confundus charm they use, I think that's the right one, sorry if it's not. Using Griphook to get in there, Griphook's betrayal, Griphook's death a little bit later on, just everything about it and how they escaped. So obviously the dragon, when it was Hermione's idea to jump on, let set him free whilst also escaping themselves. But that's probably the saddest part of the film, maybe, is when Harry finds out he has to die because he's a Horcrux. So Harry and Hermione saying goodbye with the hug. Harry and Ron's very simple but powerful look to each other when he does walk off down the stairs to head to the forest to let himself die. That was sad. Obviously, he just watched the memories of of Snape's, which does reveal everything to him. Shows him that it was all one big plan. Harry had to be protected until we could die at the right moment. Just everything about it. Obviously very sad, but still very cool. Another conversation between Dumbledore and Harry in King's Cross. When Harry finally looks at the part of Voldemort that was in him the whole time, and sorry, but it was sore throat. Yeah, so everything, the talk, Dumbledore telling him how brave he thinks Harry is, and everything else, and then the bit at the very end when Harry asks, "Is this all real, or is this happening inside my head?" And then Dumbledore replies perfectly, saying, "Of course it's happening inside your head, Harry, but why should that mean that it is not real?" That was cool. A bit of touch on a little bit earlier was Harry become the Master of Death. Obviously he had the stone, he had the cloak since he had way beginning, because it was passed down for his family, because obviously Peveril family is the original three brothers and blah blah blah. So he's had that for a while, and then the last step was becoming Master of the Elder Wand. So that was really cool. He literally became the Master of Death. And there's a theory that Harry became immortal because of the prophecy. No one, neither can live whilst the other survives. So there was a little theory that because Dumbledore died, Harry cannot die now. It's a lot more I went a lot more deeper into it, but that was the gist of it. And it's really, really awesome. I loved it. He is a Master of Death as well, so he shouldn't really die if you think about it, because stupid. Hey ho. Also, Harry using the Resurrection Stone, so he could see his parents, James and Lily, Sirius and Remus. I really hope I'm not missing anyone. I don't think so. Yeah, so just before he did go let himself die, he used the Resurrection Stone, saw his parents, saw Sirius, saw Remus. Sorry. The reason I do love this scene is because Harry got to have a proper conversation with parents, and he hasn't really done that before. So it was all Harry's apologising for the first time because he couldn't before. So face to face, soul to soul. He couldn't apologise before because he never had the chance, but it was them justifying why they had to die. Obviously, you found out in the movies for the first time that Remus had his son. So when Remus said others tell him why his parents had to die, which is obviously another example of children's parents that are lost from war. Because obviously before it was Harry, and he went by Teddy. That was Remus and Tonks' son's name. So that was really cool. So yeah, also seen them together, because you hadn't seen them together present day ever. You saw a few flashbacks and Order of Phoenix and all that stuff, but you got to see them all together, which is really cool. Seeing them have a heart to heart with all four of them, it was amazing. Right, fourth place. In fourth, I've got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera that often. It's just because I've got a lot of notes. I need to keep looking back at them. So we get to see a new side of Harry, which we hadn't really seen up until this point. It's so not only is he angry and mad at Draco, but he also starts to get angry at Ron and his friends, because it's people turning on him that he wouldn't have thought would. And obviously he didn't mean to put his name in the Goblet of Fire. It was just he was all part of the plan to get Harry into the graveyard and everything else. So yeah, that was really cool. We got to see a new side of him, which was interesting. I feel like Daniel Radcliffe really stepped up in acting in that film. It was really cool. Tasked to try with the tournaments, although it is the worst spectator sport ever. Well, football's rubbish as well. Anyway, yeah, so you got to see Harry saving more people, for example, in the second task. So obviously he only had to save Ron. He also saved Fleur Delacour's sister, which is really cool. He fought off the mer-people, or mermaids, used Ascendio to get out of the water. Did that really stylish. The Gillyweed he took, and then when he sort of swam up after it worked, and then did a flip, went back in, that whole bit. The task of the dragon was really cool. There was a bit of a tense moment when you didn't know, like, if he was coming back from the fight with the dragon. Came in, picked up the dragon's egg, everything else. The graveyard task could have been a lot cooler. It was mainly just like wind attacking him and the hedges attacking him. That could have been a lot better. Like, they could have had a sphinx and everything else, and I won't get into that. But yeah, so all the tasks was really cool, and it's a shame we didn't have more powerful moments of Harry in that film, but it was still satisfying. Seeing Voldemort finally resurrect properly. So obviously Cedric died and all that sucked, and then that led to Voldemort getting resurrected by Peter Pettigrew, taking the blood of Harry, which meant Harry and Voldemort could come into contact. Or as Voldemort said it, he can touch him now, which just sounds so wrong. But yeah, so there was that awesome moment. It was really tense. It was quite scary the first time, because just seeing his slit eyes and snake-like face and pale, it was awesome. Yeah, the reason for Cedric's death that I just mentioned is because it showed Voldemort's inhumanity. He didn't even think twice about ordering Pettigrew to kill him. It was very ruthless. Dumbledore's speech about Cedric at the end. Just the fact that he had no energy when he was saying it, and by that I mean he had energy obviously, but it was quite a heartbreaking scene, because usually he's a lot more confident with what he says, but he didn't really he was so upset he didn't know how to say it, I guess. Not really, but it's, yeah, that whole scene when you got to see all the students united and coming together for that one person at the end, it was really cool. Harry and Voldemort's duel, of course. I don't know if it was my favourite moment, but it's definitely up there. Seeing the people that Voldemort's one had been the weapon of choice for killing all those people was coming out of the wand, Finite Incantatem, I think Dumbledore called it. So that's quite cool. It wasn't a proper talk with Harry's parents, as why, but it was still really cool. Also Harry's parents and the ghost helping Harry escape, and Cedric asking Harry to take his body back and everything else. Right, fifth place, I've got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This is mainly because it's a lot of firsts. So obviously Harry's first time going to Hogwarts, getting his wand, which was really cool, and it was amazing. Also finding out that it was the brother of that one was Voldemort, which was quite cool. Harry's first time riding the broom. Harry's standing up to Draco as well when he said he should pick his friends wisely or something, which was quite cool because you got to see Harry's courage like very early on in his Hogwarts year, so that was really cool. Obviously, and again with the beginning stuff, you get to see the very beginning of the Golden Trio, so how they became friends, how Ron and Harry they became very close very soon, but how it took a little bit longer for Hermione to be incorporated into it and everything else. This misdirection of who the bad guy was done bloody brilliantly, because in the films Quirrell was always there with Snape. You always thought Snape was the bad guy, and the viewer did first time you saw it, just because he just looked guilty and Quirrell just looked pathetic, and you wouldn't think that he would ever be the bad guy. So that final reveal in the final bit just showed how, like, it was sort of gobsmacking if you didn't see it coming, which a lot of people didn't. A lot of people do catch on to it, obviously, especially if you've already seen it. Also, Ron's shining moments in the chess bits. Yeah, so the fact that 11-year-old Ron was willing to sacrifice himself so that Harry can go on and take take Snape down, that eventually led to be Quirrell, but he didn't know that. So sixth, I've got Deathly Hallows Part 1. Obviously now we're getting into like, yeah, so sixth place for Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 is because this is slightly less good. So we just went through all the good stuff, now it's getting slowly not as good, a little bit worse maybe. It's because not a lot of stuff happened. Obviously some stuff did, but like there was a lot of camping and all that good stuff. Also the Harry and Ron fight, I didn't like seeing that. I always skip over it now just because I can't watch it. It's sort of annoying to see Ron go at Harry like that, and obviously it's because of Horcrux and it does want you to see that, but it still sort of sucks. So yeah, obviously Dobby's death, that hurts every time you watch it. I don't care how strong you are. If you see Dobby die from the knife, and the fact that his first words in Chamber of Secrets was Harry Potter, and his last words in Harry Potter and Death Hallows Part 1 was Harry Potter, his last ever words, it's heartbreaking. So he got to save Harry a couple more times, well, one more time. It was amazing. Well, not amazing, but powerful, that's the word. Yeah, so things I really did actually like is Harry stunning Umbridge. Obviously after he said that those famous words, "I must not tell lies." And I think that was just satisfying for everybody watching that. It's just like, yeah. Anyway, so also someone else I liked was Dobby in general. He saved so many people. He stood up to his old masters just so he could save Harry because he's his friend and everything. And he was being really, really adorable. Just, he was. You can't lie about it. Harry and Hermione's friendship really got to shine in this film just because Ron wasn't there as much. It was quite cool to see. Also, Harry getting to see his parents' grave. I think that was quite cool because it sort of gave him closure to it. Because Harry had never actually been in Godric's Hollow other than, well, he'd never returned to it. So the fact that Harry got to say goodbye to his parents and everything, little, not cry, a few tears he had. And then obviously Hermione consoling him, which links more into the friendship that they had. Alright, so there's that. So then in 7th place, I've got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So my biggest problem with this is Harry really didn't do much with the Basilisk. He did stab him, but he wouldn't have even been able to do that had Fawkes not come in, given Harry the hat that had the sword in. Obviously props Harry for being able to pull it out because he's Joe Gryffindor, but also Fawkes came in again to blind him, and then like later on he came in again just to heal Harry after he'd been stabbed through his arm, like there, when after Harry had stabbed the Basilisk. So although Harry did do the initial blow, or the final blow to the Basilisk, I said that Basilisk way too many times, like 5 times, sorry. He would have died if it weren't for Fawkes, so Fawkes got to shine in that bit. Yeah, although Gilderoy Lockhart was really entertaining, I loved all the scenes. He is an incredibly useless teacher. They didn't teach him anything. Yeah, he was very annoying. It was satisfying to see his memory loss, so that was quite cool. Oh, Ron's quote. One sec, I do need to read this so I don't get it wrong. Why did it have to be follow the spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies? So there's that. Also, Dobby, anytime he's on screen, obviously. Right. Eighth and final one. So my least favourite one is obviously Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It was so dark for the majority of the film. Like, it's just, he wasn't very happy watching that film. And obviously, it does do that to show how dark Harry's life is getting, and obviously, foreshadowed Dumbledore getting old, sort of dying. It wasn't great. I didn't quite like seeing that. Harry and Draco's duel in the bathroom was a lot more brutal when you think about the fact that if Snape hadn't walked in by the end of it, after Harry had cast Sectum Sempra, Draco would have died. He would have bled out, and it was very brutal for Harry because obviously he's a hero. You don't like seeing him like that because you want to see him as a good guy protecting other people, but in this scene he just went all out. He didn't know what the spell was going to do, which makes it even more dangerous. So yeah, Snape came in and saved him, so fair play to him. The lack of class scenes, there wasn't that many. There was a few potion ones. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think we saw a single Defense Against Dark Arts scene, which really sucks because obviously in Prison of Azkaban they're like some of the best scenes in my opinion. But yeah, there wasn't many at all. things I did like was Dumbledore's death scene, and I don't mean I liked seeing him die. I liked seeing it's like Draco explains everything to Dumbledore. Harry's shocked face when he finds out Snape is an actual bad guy, sort of. He is a triple agent, but hey ho. This small conversation between him and Snape before Snape killed Dumbledore. Obviously, they are both acting. You can see the pain in Snape's eyes. You can see how convincing Dumbledore was. But you also knew that Dumbledore didn't really care about dying, because it was all part of the planning. If he wanted to stop it, he could have probably just done some hand magic or something to stop, but he didn't. Another thing I did like was the Liquid Luck scene, the Felix Felicis. Like, not to mention the pizzas. That bit, obviously. Just everything else, how it was very lucky for Harry, but also just how funny it was. I think it was the only light scene in it, other than the Quidditch scene with Ron, but that was a bit boring. One final bit I did like about it was Dumbledore's amazing display of power in the cave after he drank the potion, because he was a lot weaker then. So that wasn't even Dumbledore at full strength. And it was also not the power of Elder Wand, that was still him weakened. And he had all that amazing power. It was brilliant. So that's everything. Let me know your thoughts about the films in the comments down below. Just rank them. You can do a small reason why for your ranking. Why is number one for you? Why number 8 is number 8 for you? So on and so forth. It's up to you. You don't have to. I do hope you did like it. Sorry it's so long, but it took a while to plan it, so I had to get as much as I could out. Sorry I couldn't remember everything, and I had to read a lot of it from the book, but again, my memory's not that great. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you do like it, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Again, next video I'll be doing should be coming out in a few days. I'll be throwing the Batarangs, telling you where I got them, how much they were, and everything, so be sure to subscribe for that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in a few days. Bye.